What if everything you thought was a coincidence wasn't? You weren't supposed to see this. Not yet. Not until you were ready. But now that you have, something within you is stirring. An ancient knowing. A forgotten truth. A force greater than anything you've ever felt before. You can try to dismiss it, to brush it off as chance, but deep down, you already sense that this moment is different. This isn't random. This isn't just another passing thought or fleeting curiosity. The universe has led you here, aligning events in ways you may not fully understand. Maybe you've been noticing strange signs, numbers repeating, dreams that feel more real than reality, an unshakable feeling that something is shifting in your life. Perhaps you felt an unexplained pull, an intuition, whispering that something bigger is at play. These aren't accidents. They are messages, warnings, invitations. Because once you awaken to the truth, there's no going back. The veil is lifting, and you're beginning to see beyond what they told you was real. The question is, are you ready to step through the door? If you feel this message was meant for you, don't ignore it. Like this post, subscribe for more, and comment, "I am ready," below. Let the universe know you're prepared to receive what's coming next. The hidden message. Recognizing the signs. The universe speaks to us in whispers, in symbols, in the spaces between moments we often overlook. It does not shout, nor does it demand our attention. Instead, it leaves breadcrumbs, small, delicate hints woven into the fabric of our daily lives. Like a secret code waiting to be deciphered, these signs appear when we need them most, nudging us towards something greater. You might think this is random, but nothing truly is. Every sign, every synchronicity, every unshakable feeling of déjà vu is like a gentle tap on the shoulder from the universe, reminding you that you are on a path far more profound than you realize. It is as if life itself is trying to have a quiet conversation with you, sending messages in a language not spoken but felt. The key is learning how to listen. Have you ever noticed a certain number following you everywhere you go? Perhaps you keep waking up at exactly 3:33 a.m., or every time you glance at your phone, the time reads 11:11. At first, it seems like a coincidence, but then it keeps happening over and over again until you can no longer ignore it. This is not mere chance. Numbers are one of the universe's favorite ways to communicate, acting as a cosmic Morse code, each pattern carrying a deeper meaning. These sequences are known as angel numbers, signals from the unseen forces guiding you, urging you to pay attention. Dreams, too, hold messages hidden beneath their surface. Some nights, you may find yourself in places you have never been, yet they feel eerily familiar. You may encounter people you do not know, but something about them tugs at your soul, as if they belong to a story you've forgotten. Dreams can be doorways, portals to a realm where the conscious mind steps aside, and the truth is free to reveal itself. Have you ever woken up feeling as though a dream was more than just a dream? As if it was trying to tell you something? Sometimes they are. Sometimes they are echoes of something greater, memories of past lives, glimpses of your future, or messages from guides who walk with you, unseen but always present. And then, there's déjà vu, that eerie sensation that you have lived this exact moment before. It washes over you in an instant, a fleeting glimpse of something both familiar and unexplainable. You stop in your tracks, your heart skipping a beat, as your mind struggles to grasp the meaning. Could it be a glitch in reality? A fragment of a forgotten past life surfacing for just a moment? Or perhaps it's a sign that you are exactly where you are meant to be, walking a path already written in the stars. There are other signs, too, more subtle, yet just as powerful. A song plays on the radio at the exact moment you need to hear its message. A stranger crosses your path and says something that feels like it was meant just for you. You feel sudden bursts of clarity, as if a fog has lifted, and for a moment, everything makes perfect sense. The universe doesn't always communicate in grand gestures. Sometimes it's in the little things, the ones so easily dismissed, yet profoundly meaningful when noticed. These moments are invitations. They are reminders that you are not alone, that something greater is guiding you. But the question is, are you paying attention? Too often we brush them off, convincing ourselves they are nothing more than chance. But the moment you stop seeing them as coincidences and start recognizing them as messages, everything changes. The world begins to feel different, more alive, more connected, as if an invisible thread is weaving everything together in ways you never noticed before. It's like walking through a dense forest in the dark, feeling lost, only to realize that glowing fireflies have been lighting your path all along. The signs are always there. They always have been. It's just a matter of opening your eyes to see them. So, the next time you notice a repeating number, an unusual dream, or a moment that feels strangely significant, pause. Breathe it in. Ask yourself what it could mean. Because once you begin to recognize the language of the universe, you will realize that it has been speaking to you all along, waiting for you to listen. Activation. What's happening to you? There comes a moment in life when something within you stirs, like a seed that has been buried deep beneath the surface, suddenly feeling the warmth of the sun and deciding it is time to grow. This moment is what we call an activation, not a loud, dramatic event, but a quiet, powerful shift inside you. It is the instant where your awareness begins to expand, your energy realigns, and your perspective on life changes in a way that cannot be undone. It may not happen with flashing lights or thunderous revelations. Instead, it unfolds like the first light of dawn, gently but undeniably illuminating the world around you. At first, it might feel strange, almost surreal. You begin noticing things you never paid attention to before, patterns in your daily life, coincidences that seem too precise to be random, a growing sense that everything is connected in ways you can't quite explain. It's as if a veil has been lifted, revealing a deeper layer of reality that was always there, hidden just beneath the surface. The people around you may continue, as they always have, unaware of the shift taking place within you, but you can feel it, subtle yet profound, like a river changing its course without anyone noticing, until the landscape itself has transformed. This activation is not something external happening to you. It is something awakening within you. It is your soul remembering its purpose, like an ancient compass, long buried beneath dust and time, suddenly pointing you in the right direction. You may feel a deep inner knowing, a feeling that something bigger is at play, even if you can't yet put it into words. It's like hearing the faint notes of a distant song you once knew by heart, pulling you toward a truth you had forgotten but never truly lost. Some people ignore this moment. They feel the stirring, the subtle nudges, but they dismiss them as passing thoughts, as tricks of the mind. They convince themselves that nothing has changed, that everything is as it always was. And so, the activation fades, waiting for another time, another opportunity when they might finally be ready to listen. But those who embrace it, those who lean into the shift instead of resisting it, experience something profound. It's as if life itself begins to open up in ways they never imagined. The right people appear at the right time. Opportunities unfold effortlessly, and clarity replaces confusion. At first, this transformation may feel unsettling, like stepping into unknown territory with no map to guide you. Your old beliefs may start to feel limiting. The things that once brought you comfort might no longer resonate, and you may even find yourself questioning parts of your life you never thought to examine before. It is like standing at the edge of a vast ocean, knowing that you are meant to dive in, but hesitating because the water is unfamiliar. But once you take that step, once you surrender to the shift instead of fighting it, you realize that you were never meant to stay in the shallow end. You were always meant to swim in the depths. This is the turning point, the place where life begins to feel more aligned, where things that once seemed disconnected suddenly make perfect sense. It is like looking at a puzzle you have been struggling with for years, only to realize that the pieces were always there. You just hadn't seen how they fit together. And now, with new eyes, you begin to see the bigger picture. Activation is not a destination. It is a doorway. Once it happens, you cannot unsee what has been revealed. The journey ahead is yours to walk, but now you are walking it with purpose, with awareness, with the understanding that life is not just a series of random events. It is a beautifully woven tapestry, and you are both the thread and the weaver. So, if you have felt this shift, if something inside you has started to wake up, do not ignore it. Trust it. Follow where it leads. Because the moment you say yes to this awakening, your entire reality begins to change in ways you never thought possible. Energy shifts. Why now? Have you felt restless lately? As if something within you is shifting, but you can't quite explain why. Have your emotions been running deeper than usual, rising like tides that seem to pull you in directions you don't fully understand? Perhaps you've been having vivid dreams, ones that linger long after you wake up, leaving behind an unshakable feeling that they meant something more. If this sounds familiar, know that you are not imagining things. You are not alone. The universe is moving, and so are you. Right now, powerful cosmic forces are at play. Full moons, planetary alignments, and energetic waves rippling across the universe, stirring something deep within us. Just as the moon's gravity affects the ocean's tides, these cosmic shifts pull at the waters within us, awakening emotions, memories, and long-buried truths. It's like the universe is shaking loose everything that no longer serves you, making space for something new. You may not see these shifts with your eyes, but you can feel them, subtle, yet undeniable, like the changing of the seasons in your soul. Energy is in constant motion, and so are we. But sometimes, the universe speeds up the process, sending surges of energy that act as a wake-up call. You might experience sudden bursts of inspiration, a deep urge to change something in your life, or an unshakable feeling that something bigger is calling you forward. Other times, it feels like growing pains, emotional waves crashing over you, restlessness keeping you up at night, a sense that the things you once found comfort in no longer fit. It's as if the universe is whispering, you are meant for more. Pay attention. These shifts are not random. They are part of a greater transformation. Think of it like a caterpillar inside its cocoon. At first, everything feels dark, unfamiliar, and uncomfortable. It might even feel like something is falling apart. But in reality, something beautiful is taking shape. You are shedding old layers, breaking free from limiting beliefs, and stepping into a more aligned version of yourself. And just like a butterfly You won't return to who you were before, because you were always meant to become something greater. The reason you feel these changes so strongly now is because the energy around us is amplifying. The universe moves in cycles, and we are entering a phase of heightened transformation. You might notice people around you changing, relationships shifting, or paths you once walked no longer feeling right. This is because as your energy realigns, it naturally pulls you toward what resonates with your growth and away from what no longer matches your vibration. It's not always easy. It can feel like losing parts of yourself, like stepping into unknown territory with no map. But trust that this shift is happening for you, not to you. If you've been feeling off lately, as if something is stirring within you that you can't quite put into words, know that you are exactly where you need to be. The universe is guiding you towards something greater, nudging you to step into a version of yourself that is freer, wiser, and more aligned with your soul's true path. The key is to embrace the shift rather than resist it. Listen to your intuition, lean into the changes, and trust that this transformation is leading you somewhere beautiful. Because once you surrender to the flow of the universe, life begins to unfold in ways more magical than you ever imagined. Personal readiness. Not everyone will wake up. Not everyone will hear the call. Not everyone will recognize the signs, feel the shifts, or understand what is happening within them. Some will ignore it, brushing off the feeling that something is changing. They will push it away, convincing themselves it's nothing but a passing thought, an overactive imagination, or just another day. But not you. If you are still here, still listening, still feeling something stir deep within your soul, it's because you were meant to hear this. This message was always meant to find you, because something inside you is waking up, whether you fully understand it yet or not. But here's the truth. Awakening is not easy. It is not a smooth, effortless journey where everything falls into place without struggle. No, real transformation, the kind that changes you at your very core, demands that you face what you have spent years avoiding. It requires you to confront your fears, to look at the shadows you've ignored, to challenge the beliefs that have kept you small. Imagine standing at the edge of a vast ocean. The water is deep, unknown, maybe even a little terrifying. You could stay on the shore, safe and comfortable, pretending you don't hear the waves calling your name. Or you could step forward, feel the water rise around you, and realize that you were meant to swim all along. Fear will try to keep you where you are. It will whisper reasons why you should turn away, why you should stay in the life you know, in the comfort of old patterns, in the familiarity of what is safe. Fear will tell you that stepping into your power is too risky, that change is too hard, that you are not ready. But the truth is, you will never feel ready in the way you expect. Readiness is not about waiting for the perfect moment. It's about making the choice, despite the uncertainty. Growth is uncomfortable. Breaking free from old limitations feels like stretching muscles that have never been used before. But discomfort is not a sign to stop. It is proof that you are moving forward. Course corrections and karma. Everything has led you here. Nothing in your life has been random. Every challenge, every heartbreak, every moment of doubt, none of it was meaningless. It may have felt like chaos at times, like you were wandering through a storm with no sense of direction, wondering why things were happening the way they were. But now, as you stand at the threshold of something greater, you may begin to see the truth. Every setback was a lesson. Every detour was a redirection, and every painful experience was shaping you into the person you were always meant to become. The universe was never against you. It was preparing you. Life is like a river, always flowing, always moving, sometimes gentle and sometimes wild. There were moments when you thought you had everything figured out, only to have the current shift beneath you, pulling you in a direction you never expected. You may have resisted, fought against the waves, trying to hold on to what you thought was meant for you. But looking back, can you see how every twist and turn brought you to where you are now? The job you didn't get, the relationship that ended, the plans that fell apart. At the time, they felt like losses, but in reality, they were course corrections. The universe saw the bigger picture when you couldn't. It guided you away from what would have held you back and toward what was always meant to be yours. And then there is karma, the energy you have put out into the world, finally finding its way back to you. Think of life like planting seeds in a vast field. Some seeds were planted with love, kindness, and good intentions, and now they are beginning to bloom. Others may have been sown in pain, fear, or anger, and their lessons are returning as well. This is not punishment, but balance, an opportunity to learn, to grow, to see the reflections of your past choices so that you can move forward with greater wisdom. The universe is always fair, always just, ensuring that what you give, you also receive. Now everything is aligning. The energy you've invested, the lessons you've learned, the strength you've built through struggle, it is all coming full circle. This moment is not an accident. You were meant to be here, standing on the edge of transformation, ready to step into the next chapter of your life with clarity and purpose. The past was not a waste. It was a foundation. The pain was not for nothing. It was a teacher. And the journey was never meant to break you. It was designed to shape you. The crossroads of change. What will you do now? Right now, you stand at a crossroads, a moment in your life so significant that it will define everything that comes next. It's a place of decision, a point where the path you take will shape your future in ways you cannot yet fully comprehend. Life is offering you two choices. You can stay where you are, clinging to the comfort of what you know, or you can embrace the shift that is calling you, step into the unknown, and begin walking toward your higher self. But this moment is fleeting. The choice is yours to make, and the direction you choose will carve the future before you, like a river, cutting its way through the landscape. Imagine standing at the edge of a forest, looking down two separate paths. One path is well-trodden, familiar, and easy to walk. Perhaps it's the path you've always taken, the one you know best, the one that feels safe. The other path is less clear. It's not yet fully visible, covered in mist, and you can't see where it leads. It calls to you with a sense of adventure, with a promise of growth, but it's also uncertain, full of potential challenges. The question is, which path will you choose? Will you stay where you feel comfortable, even though it no longer excites you? Or will you step into the unknown, trusting that the journey ahead will take you exactly where you need to go? This is a defining moment in your life. The choices you make now will set in motion the events that will unfold in your future. What you decide in this moment will ripple through every part of your existence. Every hesitation, every decision, every action will have consequences, either pushing you closer to your true purpose or keeping you trapped in the safety of your comfort zone. But here's the thing. The universe isn't asking you to have all the answers. It's asking you to trust. Trust that what feels like uncertainty is, in fact, the doorway to a new chapter, a new version of yourself that is waiting to emerge. The feeling of being at a crossroads is often accompanied by fear. fear of failure, fear of the unknown, fear of not being enough. But you must understand that this fear is not a sign that you should turn back. It's a sign that you are on the verge of something new. Fear is the companion of growth, and it means you are about to step out of your old self and into a higher version of who you are meant to be. Like the caterpillar turning into a butterfly, the transformation is inevitable, but it is also uncomfortable. It's only through the struggle of breaking free from the cocoon that you become something greater. So ask yourself, are you ready? Are you ready to trust your intuition, even when it feels like you're stepping into the dark? Are you ready to move forward with courage, even if the way ahead isn't entirely clear? The truth is, you will never have all the answers. Life doesn't come with a manual, and there will always be uncertainties, but your intuition is your compass. It is your internal guide that has been with you all along, quietly whispering the truth when you've needed it most. Listen to it now. This is not the time to hold back. It is not the time to wait for the perfect moment, because the perfect moment will never come. The time is now. If you wait too long, the opportunity may slip through your fingers, and you may find yourself standing at the crossroads again, but with a heavier heart and more doubts. Don't let fear hold you back. The path ahead is your path. It's the one you were always meant to walk. Embrace this moment. Know that the universe is not pushing you toward change to make your life harder. It is pushing you because it knows you are ready. You have everything you need inside of you to succeed. Trust that the decisions you make now will lead you closer to your true purpose. Each step forward, no matter how small, is a step toward the life you are meant to live. So, take a deep breath and choose. Step forward with courage, take action, and trust that every part of you that is uncertain right now is being guided to the exact right place. You are not alone in this. The universe is walking with you, and every choice you make brings you closer to who you were always meant to become. This is your time. The crossroads are yours to navigate. What will you do now? Now that you've seen this, there's no going back. The door has been opened, and you can't unsee the truths that have been revealed to you. Much like a key turning in a lock, you've stepped into a new understanding, a new level of awareness. And once that happens, there's no going back to the old way of seeing things. You are on the edge of something monumental, a transformation that has already begun within you. It's like standing at the threshold of a new chapter in your life. You can either turn away and stay in the familiar, or you can walk through, knowing that you are about to discover something greater. So, let me ask you, have you been noticing the signs? Have you felt the subtle shifts, the quiet nudges from the universe urging you toward change? Perhaps it started with small things, repeated numbers, vivid dreams, or a feeling that something just isn't the same. Maybe it's a sense of restlessness, a stirring deep within that you can't quite place. Those feelings, those signs, are not random. They are part of the greater awakening that is happening inside of you. But are you paying attention? What changes have you been feeling? Are you moving with them, or are you holding back? This moment is yours to embrace, and your transformation is waiting for you to step into it. Take a moment to reflect. What has shifted for you since watching this? Are you feeling more aware of the subtle forces at play in your life? Can you see where the universe has been guiding you, gently but surely, towards something bigger? These questions are not meant to overwhelm you, but to encourage you to pause and truly feel what's happening. Transformation is rarely an obvious or immediate thing. It's a series of small moments, like the soft brush of wind before the storm, leading you toward the next chapter. Your journey is unfolding, but the choice to embrace it is yours. If you've felt these shifts, if you've sensed the changes that are happening both around you and within you, I want to hear about it. Share your experiences in the comments. Tell me what you've noticed, what you've been feeling, and what changes have come into your life. I'd love to hear about how the universe is guiding you right now. Drop the words, "I'm ready" in the comments if you're committed to embracing this transformation. This is a space for reflection and community, where we can support one another in our individual awakenings. What is your story? What has your journey looked like so far? And what are you moving toward? You are not alone in this process, and sharing your experiences can help others who may be walking a similar path. If you found this insight valuable, if something within you has clicked, I encourage you to like and subscribe for more deep dives into awakening, energy shifts, and personal transformation. There's so much more to uncover, so much more to explore on this journey. The universe is always speaking to us, and by tuning in, we can navigate this path with greater clarity and purpose. So, follow along for more content that can help you continue on this journey. Whether it's learning how to understand the energy shifts around you, diving deeper into the process of awakening, or embracing the transformation that is unfolding in your life. There's no limit to what you can learn and how far you can go. You're already on the right path, and every step forward takes you closer to the person you were always meant to be. Keep moving forward with courage, with trust, and with an open heart, because this is just the beginning. The universe has so much more in store for you.